Now then, there's a lot of things that this game does probably need to change that I think to make it a lot better. And overall, I think a lot of it is because of how grindy it is and how there's almost no purpose also for this grind. That is the main problem with this game. Now, I'm going to kind of give some things to make the game just better overall, but I also want to kind of give ways for them to make the game feel a bit more fresh. But to be fair, I feel like that is also just a complete different video, but it's not even something I could really talk about. And it's mainly not something that I will put too much emphasis on, like making it more fun in those ways. I think it's just making it less annoying is the main concern for right now, because there are still 4 new game modes that they plan to add, I'm guessing in the next 2 to 3 months, so that is to be seen. I'm going to be going over currency, story tickets, and arena, something about that, summoning, gear, units, world, game modes, limited challenges, and events. That's what I'm going to be covering in this video, and what I believe needs to be basically improved. I think this game is very free-to-play friendly and is a very relaxed game. If you want to take it like a game like Genshin, right? I feel like Genshin is very similar in the ways that you play very relaxed because they don't really let you play that insanely grindy. But with this game, of course, there is arena. It's just you could win 9 out of 10 games for the most part if you're just being smart. So, you know, that's the thing. Now we're gonna just get into it. First of all, currency. I just wanted to mention this. There's nothing to change for currency. You get an insane amount every day. You get 8 story tickets a day, which is like 8 times 24. Hold on, 8 times 24. That is 192, which is like wait, 192 divided by 120. It's like a pull, 1.6 pulls from just this. But then you also get a story ticket every day from dailies, plus 40 crystals. So in a month, you're going to get 40 pulls from dailies. Plus with this, in a month, it's going to be giving you times 6, 18 pulls. And then this is going to give you another like 8 or so, 9 almost. So like you get a lot of currency just from doing your daily stuff, from doing arena, and also just Hall of Illusions every month. They give you a lot of currency, right? It's very free to play. They add banner, or not banner, they add the pickup banner units, unless it's limited, to the premium pool, so you really cannot complain. I just wanted to kind of mention that it's very free to play for that aspect, but it's not that the problem. It's just pretty much everything else, right? So I just wanted to start it off with one thing that really annoys me, because it's trying to be a very casual game in pretty much every aspect, especially when they're adding skip tickets and 3 times, so that you could get, you do 1 run and it gives you 3 times the rewards and takes 3 times the stamina. You get 8 story tickets a day, but there's only enough for 6. They need to increase this to 8. I talked about this in my previous video. And for arena, you get 12 tickets in a day. They need to increase this to 12. Because you should only be logging in once a day. You should only have to log in once a day. Them forcing you to log in more than once a day to be able to get everything you can out of this game is super idiotic, and something I genuinely despise about this game, especially if they're comparing themselves to the likes of MiHoYo, and they recently did that with their turn-based game Star Rail, where they let you only log in once a day to be able to get your max amount of resin, or whatever it's called, I forgot, their version of stamina, in a full day's worth. And it's very bad, especially when you consider you've got to do story tickets, arena, and also stamina 3 ways, and they make it so that you have to log in more than once to be able to maximize the full potential of getting everything. I find that super idiotic, and it needs to change. Now, next thing, especially for seasonal banners, yeah, the main thing is skill pages. That's the problem. I think that the units themselves is not bad, because you could guarantee yourself 1 free to play, and if you get, you should be able to, like, unless you're very unlucky, at least get 2 other ones. Now, the main problem is basically skill pages, because you have ways of only guaranteeing them if you give 10 SSR rank up shards, which if you're ranking up a lot of SSRs is pathetic. What I mean by that, it's the peace shop. I'm pretty sure that's what they call it. That's available for 2 weeks. Where is it? This. So you're able to get these, but you need to give 10 SSR dupes, which I find ridiculous. So they need to find a way of adding a pity, or a sort of like I guess pity. Yeah, I guess pity for skill pages. I think it's a big problem when the skill pages are good, unlike this season. Like seasonal banners, the only good skill pages that we've had up to date has been the season 1 with the red Astas and blue Yamis, I guess. But right now it's not a huge problem because they're not good, which is so funny, but they should be good anyway. We need a way to guarantee them, because you could go so much without even getting any of them, which I think is just not good. Not having any ways to guarantee any skill pages in this game is horrible, except for the base ones. Like all the base ones, before Red Yami, like before any of the pickups from Red Yami and Fuego are not in the base pickup. But before that, like anything like Rhodes, Mars, Sally, Lotus, Rill, right? All those you could pick up for free. It's just all the pickup and seasonal ones you cannot get guaranteed unless you spend money, which I think is very bad, especially for free to plays. But Nagato went, I think, so many rotations. He maxed out his Liched before he didn't even get a Liched skill page, and he maxed out Liched. What do you want him to do? He continues summoning and then he gets extra dupes? No. So they need to add a way of pity for skill pages. A lot of content creators have been talking about it, and it's just shit. I feel like the main example has been Nagato's. That's the main one that I just give as a horror story, right? Now, next up, gear. There's actually so much that needs to be changed, especially because of how it treats this game, or wants to treat this game, to where it's like, there's not much to do, because all you really need to do in this game is arena, but like, they want you to grind so much gear to even get like half decent gear, right? Anyway, now let me go to my list. So first off, you need to lower the cost of upgrading, because I'm at 8.3, right? Let's just upgrade this. First off, take out failing, but whatever, that's another story. So I'm at 8.3 million, right? One piece. Okay, let me spam it. It's a lot easier if I spam it. It's much quicker. Remember, 8.3, right? Okay, we're gonna get through this. After this, it starts to get very rough. This should not be taking so much gold. Like 6,000 per upgrade, even if you fail. It should only be if you actually succeed. Because I've already taken 100k, not even maxed out yet, right? I could probably go up to almost 200k, right? For one piece. Haha. Anyway, look, 200k gold. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. And you have to upgrade multiple, especially if you get unlucky with substats. So lower the cost of gold, make it so that it's only when you succeed that it takes gold. Sure. Next up, the substat upgraders. I find it very, very predatory that they make it so that the substat upgraders for accessories is only like for accessories, and it's not shared with normal pieces, because of the fact that they're really hard to get, and a lot of the times it's only you can see some of these in paid ways. So I think I'm pretty sure if I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry, but I just think it's stupid that you can't upgrade these unless like it's in events or something like that, and you have to still get lucky to get the right substat upgraders to upgrade the right substats. So just share it with this, makes it a lot better. Substats are already toxic as fuck in this game, because like you have to get the right ones, and it's percent or like main stat, or like a flat stat, and then you have to get like the correct, or not the correct, you need to get the good upgraders, right? Like you have to get the purple ones, but the purple ones themselves are hard. So like just share between these two, because you can't even upgrade in most of them from here unless you're like grinding every single little thing in this game, right? Next up, you have to increase the LR rates. I think it's still pathetic that it's pretty much the same. And they said like, all right, guys, we're gonna add this new thing, right? But this was shown in season 3, we're in season 4, and it's still not there, right? So it's basically like a super equipment dungeon or whatever, but still nothing new about that. So yeah. Now next up, when you craft accessories, this is still for gear. When you craft accessories, and you need it for certain types, I find it so stupid that it takes an SSR rank up. So like it takes an SSR rank up to get the piece that I want, right? So take it out, make it like an SR rank up shard that it needs, or I don't know, like anything else, something that isn't as valuable as an SSR rank up piece, please. Next up, and final thing for gear, increase the fucking gear capacity, or make it easier than 100 crystals, almost a single for 5 gear slots. You need to waste almost a single for every 5 gear slots to increase max. Like, that would ruin my account. Literally ruin an account. Having to give that much just to increase your gear capacity, it's horrible. And I use UR gear because I don't have enough LR gear, and I need to make sure I don't sell LR gear because I might need to use it at some point, right? So it's just so bad. And it also counts accessories, which makes it so much worse, guys. You don't understand how bad only 500 is, especially for grinding a lot. So yeah, please increase the gear capacity, or make it like 10 crystals every 5, please. Next up, especially for arena, this is going to tie in a bit to arena, but they need to balance a lot of units and just make it so that, like, I think Noel really fucked it up, but they need to make, especially because arena is like you're fighting bots, they need to make it so that they kind of diversify the meta in a certain way. Balance the game out, and don't just make counter units, right? Obviously counter units are just going to make them more money, but if the game isn't fucking fun, they're not even going to want the counter units. They're just going to quit, right? Like, if you're going to keep on only countering, it's going to be bad. And that's basically the case. Like, they released Fuego to just counter shield meta, but, like, it didn't make any new teams, because on defense, like, you're not going to be fucking running Fuego because you could just predict what Fuego is going to do, right? So I don't really think Fuego is much of a problem. And Jack he does actually add to the stun team, but he himself is bad, so people are not going to be using him, right? They are not helping make new teams. They're just, like, kind of making counters to like the certain teams, but it's not creating new teams, because you're still going to be using the best units. Like, you're still using Noel, Julius, Mars, Lotus, Rhodes, right? No matter what, like, I keep on seeing the same teams. I can't. Like, make units that are going to diversify the meta, make new teams. They don't need to use like underutilized units. Like, I don't know, it doesn't, you don't need to make it so that Yuno's good, right? Obviously he won't be, but just make it so that team comps look different. But obviously it's going to take a lot of trial and error, but I'm not the fucking game devs. You guys need to make your game fun. And this is what someone who's played Arena for over 100 days now, has to say about it. And if you don't agree, you don't agree. That's it. End of story. Like, sure, don't agree. Now, next up, I don't like how new patrol stages give much less tickets, 7 less. Obviously, honeymoon phase, but, you know, before we would get, if we go to 1, we would get 10 total, right? 10 here, right? You don't see it, but now we only get 3 per world. 4 and 5, we've only gotten 3, and it's probably going to stay like that for 6. And they also took out crystals from every story ticket you use for story to make it for XP, which is the shittiest, like, translation ever. Like, how do you go from 40 crystals per story ticket to XP? Like, if we go to a patrol stage, also, they only gave us 1 in Chapter 5, which is stupid, but it's only 3. Like, it's only 3. They gave us 7 less tickets, and then they took out all... Oh, wait, wrong one. They took out all... Actually, I guess this would have counted for currency, huh? I guess, but I didn't, so I'm a bit idiotic, but I'm sorry about that. Look, it's all XP. Go to Chapter 1, crystals. Chapter 2, Chapter 3, crystals. Chapter 4, XP, but they give more, they give 900 more, but it kind of, like, you know, they... Maybe it does average out for this, for sure. 900 is definitely a good amount more. But the patrol stages, they reduced it by 7, which is a huge reduction to me. And they only gave 1, because Chapter 6 is only going to have 1 patrol stage 2. Because Chapter 6 is in World 5. So, anyway, that's stupid. So, yeah, no, definitely give more tickets. I think they need to do that. Now, as for game modes, we need more fun game modes that are different. The game, this is gonna be basically game modes, limited challenges, and events. We're gonna do all 3 together. This is the game mode they added. You know what it is? Arena Rehashed. You're able to use dupes. You're able to use dupes. You're able to use units max duped, because as you scale up, you and your opponents, like at the beginning, can't use skill pages, 2 dupes. Then as you go up, you're slowly gonna get skill pages. You're gonna be able to get up to 3 dupes. Or wow, that jump is crazy. Goes from 2 dupes to 5 dupes. Then you start getting dupes on your skill pages, everyone, you and the opponents. But it's just Arena Rehashed. Nothing different. Shitty game mode, I think. Amazing rewards, but for having fun, no. This is amazing as a game mode, but they need to kind of diversify it every time. Kind of like Genshin does, but obviously Abyss is poorly designed in terms of difficulty. But we need harder. Like, not harder. Different. Because you're going to fight Heath again, and it's like, it's just RNG. It's not even like, when you complete it once, you can't even, like, the next time you do it, it's not even going to be like you're going to get it first try because of how hard it is. So you're just redoing it and hoping you get the good RNG. So it kind of sucks, right? You're going to have to, like, spend hours just trying to fight it. I spent, like, I think almost 3 hours recording trying to beat Raya. It's bad. It's bad. Like, to me, it's very bad. Now, obviously, real-time PvP would be great, but that's a whole separate video. I think Anthony made a video on it if you want to check it out. I don't know what he said. I didn't check it out. I've been dead, but yeah, real-time PvP would be good. But if they don't, if we just have Arena, like going back to tie into the units, right? If we just have Arena, you can't just have the same fucking metas all the time. Because it's like, it's either you fight meta or shit units. Like, they don't make any in between. Season 3 was so much worse than Season 4. So much worse than Season 2, and Season 4 didn't really change anything. I don't think Charlotte was that crazy. Like, you're going to see Noelle, you're going to see Julius, you're going to see Mars. I'm going to refresh. Noelle, Mars, Lotus. Like, this team, he's being like Season 1, bro. I don't know how he's using that. I guess he stopped playing for a while, but Noelle, Julius, Lich, like, Voltos. I'm happy Lich is still being loose, though. Lotus, Mars, Noelle, right? Lotus, Julius, Mars. Sister Lily. Sister Lily. But, you know, it's always the same, right? It's just at one point, guys, at one point, it's gotta change, right? Like, I can't. After, like, you do 10 arena runs and you just breeze through it because it's like, okay, you're fighting bots too. So if you're fighting bots using the same teams, you know what's gonna happen. So change the fucking meta, make it different. But that's not really gonna happen. But it's just like a hope and something I really need them, like, to somehow do over time. They released so many damn banners at first that it's like, damn, there's so many teams. And then they made Noelle, and then it's like, okay, the units that released after didn't even fucking change anything. So that's funny to me. Now, next up, we need the events every season, like the summer event that we had in season 3, but we need to have it more interactive. Something I think that would be nice, kind of like Legends does, where there's like daily challenge mission or stages where you fight it once a day and you get extra rewards, but it's kind of difficult, right? Kind of fun. They could maybe change it up every day, change like little things to make it different, right? Things like that. Just make it more interactive and less just skip ticket, because I literally skip ticketed the whole event and I was able to max out the skill page. Like, come on. It didn't even like make me lose any like progress in anything else. I just skip ticketed just this and I was fine. So yeah, that event was pretty shit, but at least we got an event, which is very good, but they need to bring it back. They can't just be like, okay, guys, so it's either you get story or an event. Give us both. We need both, okay? Like, every season we should get event, and then some seasons we get story. That's how it should be. It shouldn't be one or the other. Now, another thing is that they also stopped doing special episodes. Like, why the fuck did they just do 2 and then they stopped? The Noel and the Pickpocket for season 1 and 2 for reference. We got extra SSR rank up shards, which now it's just like we don't get any way of getting them, which sucks. So I would love that. Honestly, they weren't that bad, and I would now like to try to like see how much points I could push on those events. So definitely bringing those back would be great. And then also making the raids enjoyable, because now it feels too grindy. Like, no matter what, it's like, fuck, I have to do raid. Ugh. Like, everyone who, like, people who play Grand Cross, I know Nagato and Seaton in particular have talked about how much Final Boss is, like, so much better. And, like, it's from the same devs, but, like, raid is such more of a failure, which sucks. I don't really know it by heart, but, like, Final Boss, I guess, is a really good game mode. Now, I think we have to wait mainly for game modes to come, but these are my overall suggestions. I think the game mode suggestions is more loose. I guess I think they aren't as needed at the moment, because maybe the new game modes are going to be great, right? We've got 4 more game modes that should be coming. I don't know how good they're going to be, but we shall see. Now, as of right now, I will say the game is in a disgusting state. I'm not going to lie. I don't think it's great. I think as a game, as how I thought the game would be, I guess it is my fault, but as I thought the game would be, a more enjoyable game that wouldn't make you grind so much to this point without any reason, right? That's the point. My main point as to why I think this game isn't doing that great is that they make you grind so much, and then when you get to the end, you don't even feel accomplished, because they don't guarantee you anything. It's almost, I'm not kidding, I find this gear system worse than Genshin. That says something. To me, that says something. That says something very bad, because you get so much stamina, right? But then it's like, oh shit, I used 5,000 stamina, I got 1 good piece, and then it's like, oh, I got 2 good sub stats, but then that's 1 piece out of 8. You need to get 8 pieces that are good with good sub stats for you to be good. But then it's like, okay, I have my unit built up, yay, he has 100% crit damage. Now what? I use him in arena? Guys, it's too unrewarding that it's like, okay, yay, my 10 arena runs a day where I fight the same team, know exactly what I have to do, and okay, what do you want me to do? Like, that's my problem with the game. I love the game. I'm still gonna make so many videos on the game, especially when Global comes out. I still hope the game's gonna do great, but as of right now, that is the problem for me. If you don't have this problem, okay, if you don't play this game, shut the fuck up. That's it. If you're waiting for Global, just shut the fuck up. You haven't played it yet. And if you love it, I'm really happy for you. Honestly, that makes me happy. I want people to enjoy this game. I've just seen what I've said right now and be said a million times over, right? Why would you want to grind gear when it's so unrewarding in the first place because of how bad the gear rates are? And then afterwards, it's like, oh, I don't even really have a place to use it in, because the main thing that matters is the units. And then it's like, okay, fuck. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. This is what I think. If you don't agree with it, you don't agree with it, right? You don't agree with it. That's it. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video because someone told me to make it, and yeah, I commented, and he was like, you should make your own video instead of nitpicking what other people say. And it's like, I got you, don't worry. But yeah, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.